Right lads, it's a lovely sunny day, so I thought we'd cook outside on Cooking with Dad. I'm a bollocks filming outside, it's fucking freezing. So I'm gonna be using cod. I've got them bassa fillets, them yellow ones, but you can use, by the way, we're doing fish pie. Information. Haddock, something like that. What's it called? Salmon. A range of vegetables, so like peas, green beans, carrots. I'm gonna put prawns in mine, but you don't have to put prawns in it. So because I'm putting them in like that and we want to heat them up again at some point because there'll be loads left over, I'm going to put raw prawns in it so we can heat them up again later. And I'm going to be using dill. So I really like dill, it goes really well with fish. I think it's a lovely taste and a lovely flavour. You can use parsley or something like that if you want, and you don't have to use anything really, but dill gives it a nice certain taste. But if you don't want to put it in, don't put it in. Don't put anything in if you don't want to. Ooh. Water in a pan, bit of onion. To get these potatoes, Albert Rooster, but the yellow ones, there's only Lidl that sells them, I think. So that's what, people might say I like a Mary's Piper or something like this, but these are the best potatoes. Alright, get them. Alright? I tell you, they're the most potatoey potato, if that makes sense, in potato land. Get peeling the potatoes, lads. Spit everywhere potatoes now, don't they, when you peel them? It drives me a bit mad. And then rinse your potatoes off. And then, because we're mashing the potatoes and we want them to cook quicker, I'm going to chop them up. Not dead fine. Like about that size. You see that? About that size. Whack them in pan. So in my mashed potato, I put onions in the steamer to steam it while it's steaming. And then I mash it all together, the potatoes and the onions. So you see there, lads, we've got a nice mix of potatoes and onions. I'm going to put salt on it. Then I'm going to put pepper on it. Like that. And then crank that lid and let it steam, and that'll steam the potatoes nicely. And these potatoes are that good, they steam quite quickly. I'll get your potatoes in the, mash it all up, the potatoes, the onions, and while the potatoes are still hot, grate some cheese into them. Because the potatoes are hot, the cheese will melt into it. You know, all bashed in, lovely. Whoa. Whoa. People put milk or cream in mashed potatoes, but because I've used the onion, and obviously I'm putting cheese in as well, you don't need to put the milk or the cream in the mashed potatoes for that, because they'll be creamy and nice and mashy. The fish, like better fish. So people have different ways of cooking the fish. Some people poach it in milk, so you just put milk in a pan and then put the fish in it and then cook it that way. It doesn't take long to cook a fish, you see. But I don't do that. I don't really do it. I don't want the house smelling fishy. I don't want a fish house. So this is the way I do it. Right, I've lost my microphone again, so here we go. Right, so put some oil in a pan, then some garlic, and then put some dill if you're using the dill, and then you put some onions in, and then more onions in, and then some celery in, and then some more celery in, and then put the lid on and let it steam and let it cook a bit. And then once that's done, you get the fish in. It's a bit of cod. Now the only thing when you're handling this is you get fishy fingers. And then I'm putting this bassa in, or you can use haddock. It's just like a yellowy fish. I think haddock's a bit smoked in it. Anyway, get this haddock in, and then a big knob of butter. And now salmon comes with the skin on. Now you can cook it with the skin on. People sometimes eat the skin as well, but I'm not into that. So I'm going to cut the skin off. That's what I'm doing here, yeah. And then get that salmon in, and then get it all cooking nicely. It'll all break apart, but that's okay, because we want a little bit of fish in each
separate bit. What am I doing here? All right, yeah. So put prawns in there. I'm using raw prawns. Now, if you're going to eat the whole thing all in one sitting, you can use cooked prawns, and that's fine. But if you're going to reheat it, you need to use raw prawns. Yeah, we dropped a bloody flipping chopping board in it then. Right, so get your veg in. So I'm using green beans and what else is it? Baby corn. Oh yeah, I'm grating carrot in it. Now I prefer to grate the carrot into it rather than have big chunks of carrot. You can put chunks of carrot in if you want, but I like the sweetness of the carrot with but not like big chunks of carrot. Oh yeah, now I've put leek in it. Leek's dead good and it makes good gravy leek, but I'll talk about that another time. Peas and carrots, get it all mixed in and get it all stirred round. Now the fish will all break up into bits, but that's good because we want like different bits of fish in different bites. We don't want a big chunk of cod and then a big... Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying here.
So now that that's all cooked nicely, we're going to put a big wad of butter in it, like that. And then as it's melting, we're going to cover everything in it. Get that butter. Butter! Once we've stirred the butter in, what we're going to do is we're going to dust the top of it with flour. Any flour will do. I think I'm using self-raising. Plain's probably better, but this is what we've got in. So you see I've dusted it. Now then, mix all that in. And you'll see it see how it's going sticking together a bit. And then we'll give it another dusting because there's quite a lot in this pan. See how it start going sticky there? That's what we want. And then what we do is add milk. Stir that in. And we'll add some more milk. So you see, it's all liquid, and then we give it a stir. And that's how I make my white sauce. I don't make the white sauce in a pan and add it to it. I make the white sauce actually in the pan with the ingredients that I'm cooking with. Now it's looking a bit anemic, innit? Hey? Let's get a nice golden colour on that. We're going to get the red Leicester cheese on it. And then that anemic colour, watch this now. So that'll start turning a nice golden colour now because of the red Leicester cheese. You can use any cheese, but I much prefer red Leicester over everything, to be honest. It's my favourite cheese. So you see now, we've got a nice golden colour to it, so it's not like that white anemic colour. And that's the red Leicester cheese that's giving it that. That's why I like it. It gives it a lovely colour, not just a nice taste, but a lovely colour. So normally I'd make this in a big dish and just cook it in the oven, but I'm going to start making things in a smaller dish that'll fit in the air fryer. And that way you can make small portions and then you can freeze the rest and then bring it out. Do a bit of batch cooking. I'm going to ladle this out, the bottom bit. Make sure you get a good mixture of everything. And then I'm going to get the mashed potato. Put it on top like that. Get it layered up. And then with the back of your spoon, just pull it from the inside out so the edges stick. You don't want it like pushing it down and then all your fish mixture coming to the top. So do that. So then it's all covered then. Yeah. And then with a fork, we're going to fork it. Like I said before, this increases the surface area so you get more of it crispy. Now then, I know it sounds daft, but cottage pie, shepherd's pie, that's fine. What I like to do is, because it's a fish pie, I like to create the waves. Sad in it, but I'm not bothered, I don't care. So it's like a wave, see? Like a choppy sea. And then you just bake that in your active fry, just till it's golden and crispy on top. And that's it, done. And that is what I'm talking about right there. Now I always put like a little hole in the middle so that hopefully the sauce will bubble up and then it'll brown the top of it. Now then, alright doing all this cooking, but what does it taste like? It tastes too hot, I know that already. Mmm. 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 Now, thing is, right, you don't really watch the news. I don't watch the news. So I thought we could all do with a bit of edumacation. We could do with finding out what's going on in the world. So I've sorted out a special news report for us.
The King of England, he has formed a really close friendship with his daughter-in-law because they've both got health issues. He has had the cancer, or has still got it. I think he's waiting for operation. And her son, one of her sons, is married to this, I can't think of her name, but she's ill, very poorly, and she looks it too. She's as thin as a rake, but because of her illness and his, they've formed a very close relationship. That's that. Also, there's something going on with in America with Biden, President Biden, and what's it, running for office again. What's his name? Donald Trump. He's running for office again, and they think he'll get in. They really do. So, but that's that now. I can't remember what's going on. There's something, and the back and forth, and also Laura trouble in the Gaza Strip. Fighting, throwing bombs, they're doing all sorts, and they're still not settled all the problem of the post office. I'm sick and tired of hearing about the post office, but they've not settled nothing yet, and they're arguing back and forth. He's done that, she's done that, and nobody's taking the blame. So, I don't know, there's probably a lot more going on. This is Kathleen Nesmajano, Brown Court building, talking about the news.
Gonna have to get going in a minute because I'm meeting you both for lunch. Going out for luncheon, an unforgettable luncheon. But I just want to take this opportunity to say I love you and you're great and we have a great time and we have a good laugh, and just remember, I know I keep going on about it in these videos, just say the same thing over and over maybe, but I mean it. I love you, you're loved. We've got this tight love we've got for each other, which is great. We get on well, we have a good laugh, we have good things to talk about. You're interesting, you know what I mean? Funny, interesting, good looking, tall. You'd be batting them off with a shitty stick, tell ya. Good lads. Just keep doing what you're doing, and I love you, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. I'm not mad on fish, if I'm honest with you. I'm not a big fish fan, but I like this. I really like it. Really what I like is chip shop fish. I like that. I like tuna. Fresh tuna's dead good as well. It's quite meaty, innit? Salmon's alright. I like a bit of haddock. Oh, is it haddock? Yeah, I like haddock. No, I like a bit of mackerel. I like a bit of mackerel, but you're buffing it all day, aren't you? You know, when I was a little boy and I used to go and stay around at my granddad's, Jackie Bond. We used to do kippers in the morning. I used to love smoked kippers. They're dead fishy and bony and everything. But I loved them. I think I loved them because my granddad had them. Legend Jackie Bond. Come from a long line of legends. Missed a few out here and there, you know what I mean? But